Right, somebody ready to go right now?
Johnson versus Lawrence Franklin Jr., 24 CF 1333. Appearances, please.
State appears by Andrew Burgoyne.
Mr. Franklin appears with attorney Elizabeth Ellsworth Cash. Good afternoon. Mr. Franklin is eligible for public defender representation. We waive a formal review of the complaint at this time, and we'd like to enter a plea of not guilty to the misdemeanor charges. Thank you.
And I assume you're requesting a preliminary hearing as to the others?
Absolutely.
Okay. You will schedule us for a preliminary hearing. Your first as the bond.
Your Honor, thank you. I do have comments on bond. I believe the mother of one of the deceased, the grandmother of the other, was present. Last I knew, wished to address the court. That was a Tamia Prater.
Right, you can speak.
Give him the highest bond possible. I don't want him out of prison. I don't want him out of jail. He deserves to spend the rest of his life in jail.
Ma'am, address the court.
Okay, well, I want him to have the highest bond possible. $3 million, $4 million, $5 million. Thank you. Faster.
Your Honor, thank you. In my experience, what I've seen is the most common cash bond on a first-degree intentional homicide in Kenosha County has been $1 million cash bond. In this case, there are two deceased victims, Amaya Prater and Honesty Prater, recommending a $2 million cash bond. These are both especially vulnerable victims. Ms. Amaya Prater was subject to the protection of a bond that did not protect her, but the defendant was ordered by a court to have no contact with her. He was out on bond. He knew that condition. Honesty Prater was obviously completely vulnerable and helpless in this situation, had no ability to do anything about the defendant's malicious criminal acts in this occasion. Defendant, after committing these offenses, went on a flight pattern. He left. He informed his mother that she would never see him again. There was an extensive law enforcement manhunt extending between a number of jurisdictions. I'm aware a number of search warrants and subpoenas are being issued to try and use digital means to locate him and apprehend him. He was finally located in the state of Texas. He's now been extradited here from the state of Texas. That indicates a high willingness to flee the jurisdiction of this court. We're asking for conditions: no weapons, no contact with Tazia Wadlington, who is the eyewitness who was present, who called 911, who identified this defendant as the murderer. No contact with Kalia Patterson. There's a companion case that's been charged. In that case, Ms. Patterson is charged with straw purchasing the firearm for Mr. Franklin shortly before this murder. No contact with the surviving immediate family of Amaya and Honesty Prater. No discussion of the case with Nemea Franklin, Tawana Miranda. Those are my recommendations with respect to the murder file. Thank you.
Your counsel?
Yes, Mr. Franklin is 26 years old. We would very much simply like to make sure that Mr. Franklin and everyone involved in this case is able to see this case resolved. And we have reason to concern for Mr. Franklin's safety at the moment. He's being kept in a hole in solitary due to concerns about his safety. So I'd just like to put that on the record so that the court is aware of those concerns. I just want to double check that I have the correct individuals listed for the no contact order. We'll just use initials, TW, and that's material witness, and then do you have the number of the co-defendant case?
Pull that up one moment, please. The court doesn't already have it in front of your honor. That's Patterson, first name Kaliyah, K-A-L-I-Y-A-H. The case number appears to be 24 CF 1338.
And then I have AH's entire family or immediate family. Do you know how many individuals that is?
Asking for any member of the immediate family.
And then 2 other individuals?
As for no discussion with Nemia Franklin, which appears to be the sister of the defendant. There's a statement from her in the complaint, and no discussion with Tawana Oranda, which appears to be the defendant's mother. There's a statement attributed to her in the criminal complaint.
Okay, we have no objections to that. We'd simply like to ask for a more reasonable cash bond. We understand that this is a very serious case, and we'd simply ask for a $750,000 cash bond. Thank you very much.
Having read all 3 files, although I usually would be critical of these high bond amounts, I think in this case, we have 2 victims, 2 deceased victims, we have flight. So I will grant the state's request for $2 million cash across all files. The other thing that I found aggravated by reading one of these files, Mr. Franklin's accused of causing some severe injuries to Amaya, and now she's dead. So, for those reasons, I will grant the state's request for $2 million cash.
What about on the old case? The 23 CF 785.
Make the homicide file $1.5 million on that file, it's $500.
Okay, well, I need it. Sorry, I need it by case number because that's how I got this paperwork filled out, and then I need all the non-monetary per case.
1.5 million on 24 CF 133.
Okay. Okay.
And then you want to bond 24 CF 718.
We need bonds for all of them. So yeah, so we got 1.5 on that one, and 718, and I need in 785.
250,000 on each.
And then the non-monetary are continuing on the 785.
Yes,
Yeah, what about on the 718?
yes.
Well, that's new bond, so that's new non-monetary conditions.
Commissioner, that's a case that alleges significant bodily harm towards Miss Maya Prather, who is no longer alive. So we would have been asking for a no contact order with her. As it is, I think the cash bond is sufficient.
All right.
And then what are the non-monetaries, are you doing what he asked on the 1333?
Yes.
Okay, so then no contacts and then the 2 no discussion.
Anything else?
Not from the defense.
We need a preliminary hearing date or a status
Yeah.
date. What are we doing?
Preliminary hearing. December 17th at 9:45.
Thank you.
Don't look backwards. Don't look back.